Right, to remove the front footwell little sub that is here on the Mazda CX-60, you have to start by removing this panel over here. So I just need to remove this. It's quite easy. I just lift it. There we go. And I've just lifted it up. I need to remove this, and I just remove a bit of this beading just to make it easier to maneuver here. I'm just going to remove this mat here. Now on the inside by the footwell, there is a push pin over here. I just take my screwdriver and I depress it like that on the side, and I can remove this. Right, now that this is loose, all I need to do is pull it there and there, but there is a panel pin over here, so I'm just going to pull this towards me. There we go. That's what I'm referring to. There are the attachment points, and there is the sub. So I just need to create some space here with this floor mat. I just need to pull it to the side. I have to loosen this screw, which is holding the fuses in place. All right, so I'm removing this one. It's a size 10. In order to get to that screw, I need to remove the bottom of this fuse holder. So I press in this tab here, and I just wiggle this out. Now, in your case, you won't have this additional wire. This is because the owner has a dash cam. So I'm just going to unplug this tab here, which goes into the speaker. So in this case, he's got an additional fuse here. I'm just going to open this to release this wire. So I've just opened this, and now I can pull this all to the side. Right, so now I can get to the subwoofer assembly. So it is one screw there. There's another one at the top, and then there's one right at the back there. So it's just 3 screws now, and they're all size 10. That's 2. Now that screw at the back there you can get to, but I'm just doing this extra step. There is this little cover here. I'm just going to remove it to give myself some space. So underneath here, I just press and I unclip it. So there's just a clip here, one. There's another one on this side, and I just unclip it. That allows me to drop this down. All right, so there is the screw right at the back there. That's how I have the tool. I have lowered this. You don't have to take this thing out. You could get there with some smaller hands. I've got quite big hands here. And there, I just need to remove that screw. They're the 4 screws. One of them was the fuse holder screw. So they're all the same, so it doesn't matter the order. I've unplugged the cable that would feed the little sub here, and I'll just move that cable to the side. There's one attachment point at the back there. You just have to kind of lift it away from the chassis. So you just have to move the sub assembly that way, and then you can pull it out. Notice that is quite deep there towards the footwell, so you kind of have to wedge it to get it out. All right, now for this, you need to start at the bottom and lift up and then towards you. So you want to wedge that up. You want to grab here towards the bottom, protect the little cushioning here where the footwell is, and you want to go at an angle. Just be careful of putting too much force, because there is a cable, there is a connector sitting there, and I'm kind of putting too much force on it. So I'm going to use 2 hands. I'm going to wedge this out while pushing down. So you just need to fold the carpet back, and now you just need to guide it with your hand. So you're going to guide it like this. Okay, so there it's coming out, and I'm making sure to press down and out so that I don't put too much force at the top there. So I'm just going to push down and out, and now I'm pushing in that direction, and I get it out at an angle. Right. There is the unit. Right, now very important, there is the push pin I was talking about. That is going here in this corner. So that's why I said when you have to remove this thing, you first have to clear it by pulling to the side and then pulling out. All right, to reassemble, I just put the push pin over there, clicks in place. Notice it's all the way in. And notice these pins here. That is why I had to pull it away before I pulled it out. Now to get it back, I go in the same way that I came out. I first put the bottom part in. All right, so you want to clear this corner here, and then make sure it is seated all the way in there. So I'm going at an angle, and I've cleared it, and there's one more. Yes, there we go. So that means I'm almost done. So now I just have to slide it at the bottom and go inwards. So that's what it looks like. So I'm just going to be going there. The sponge is now blocking me in the corner there, and I'm going to support it here with my hand. You see it's pushing against the sponge here. Now when you're returning this, make sure you go down all the way there, because if it's blocking at all, it won't go in. I've cleared the sponge on the back here. I've made sure that this is all the way to the floor of the footwell, and that's what it looks like over here. So I've almost cleared it. All I need to do is get it into place now. Okay, so there it is, a little bit grazed there. That panel pin is now pressed in. It's still loose, of course, because that's only plastic, but it's in the right place. Notice this has to go in a hole here, and there's another one on the other side. So 2 pins lining up, and it's now in the right place. So now all I need to do is screw in those screws. Make sure there are no wires that have caught at the back there. Everything is fine. For example, here is the sub wire, the wire for the subwoofer, so it's not being squashed at the back. There's nothing between this and the chassis. So all the cables are in place. So all I need to do is turn the screws. And this one at the back, it's easier to just do it by hand first. In this car, there was this extra wire here, so I'm just going to fasten it back. And the subwoofer is now back in place. Now, I did remove this extra panel, which you don't need to do, but I'm just going to refit it now. At the back there, there's like a finger which hooks in, and there's a clip there and a clip there. There, and there. Now just check the condition of the foam. Got a bit rough here, so but it's still intact. It's fine. There's no loose pieces. And over here it did tear a little bit, but it's still okay. Now I just need to return the carpet. Make sure the push pin is still in place on this fitting over here. Here where this push pin is, I get it on the inside. Notice how it lines up there, and then I press. It's in place. Now I can see that it's already seated on the chassis here, but if yours isn't, just put it in place, get in the right position. You don't need to put the bead on yet. We first need to push the push pin in. Get the push pin and it goes towards the back. Actually pull the head away from the washer part, and I go in there, and now I just press in that head. That is now fastened in place. Now I can put the bead on. Notice that I massage it on. I don't force anything, and it kind of finds its own way. The bead is over this plastic. Go over it with your hand like that. Now lastly, take this cover. Notice these two lines on this side, and I line this up, and it's 1, 2, 3. And I go over it, and the job is now done. Thanks for watching, and cheers.